Today we're going to replace the gas struts on this 2020 T6.1 Kombi because we're going to be putting on a Thule WanderWay bike rack, and these gas struts are not up to the task to hold that up when you lift it up. The ones we're replacing them with, Transporter HQ 1250 Newton gas struts. So really easy job. I'll show you how to do that now. Welcome to Kombi van life. Don't really need many tools for this. A tiny little screwdriver to get into here to unclip that. The top pops off. I'm using one of these. Get one of these, really good. I put a link to this on Amazon. Cheap chips. It's got pretty much, there was more stuff than this in it, to be honest. I've taken some of it out, but gloves, all sorts of stuff, extra clips. But it's pretty much every tool you could want for getting trims off and things like that. So that's what I'm going to use. So let's pop there so you can see exactly what I'm looking at. So we're going to pop this off first. One of these, just hook it in there, and that comes off. I'm going to keep that because just in case the new ones don't come with that. I think, yeah, they probably do, just in case. We're a few weeks on because last time I tried to change the gas struts, being an idiot, I didn't support the tailgate and it slammed down with my hand and arm inside it. So I've been out of action for a couple of weeks. Complete rookie idiot mistake. I was just working out how to get them off and I popped it off and down it came. This slammed down with my hand in there. So that hurt quite a lot. So it's not the easiest thing to do on your own, trying to hold that up. It's a heavy old tailgate. So I got these. And I needed to get them anyway, because when I do the sealing in there, I need to use them to prop that up. It just makes it a bit easier. So I'll put a link to these. I got these from Lidl actually, Parkside ones. They seem pretty sturdy. There was ones I was going to get off Amazon. I'll put a link to where they are on there, but they're pretty cheap, but they'll come in handy for other stuff as well, especially for doing sealing in there. So this is going to support this. And we're going to change these gas struts now. So we pop these out, these little clips. We're going to pop this off and just support that just in case, because we don't want the same thing happening again. That's one off. And the top just pops off. So this is nicely supported, that's good. So these are a tad longer than the others. So we'll lift this up a little bit like that. That's why these are handy. And that's the problem I found trying to do it without them. Because these gas struts aren't as strong, the tailgate was a little bit lower. So I couldn't get this thing on because it was longer. And you can't compress them by hand. So, and I couldn't lift this. So these are just superb for getting it exactly the right height. And that's on. It's just a case of getting it at the right height, and then it pushes on easily. If it's not quite the right height, it just won't push on. So we'll pop this one off now. Quite hard to see it, Nick, with the sunrise. Not the easiest thing to do when your hand and wrist still hurts from having it slammed in the door. So that pushes straight on there. Going to let this down just a little bit. So there we have it, both popped on, top and bottom. These things are superb. They just make everything so much easier. You can support it, get it in exactly the right place without worrying about it slamming down on you. So now we're going to gently lower that down, check they don't pop off, and everything's okay. All good. So even though they're much more powerful, they don't spring up any quicker. It's just a bit heavier to put it back down again. But we've got a Thule WanderWay bike rack to go on the back of this, and those little gas struts. Not little, but these gas struts, these bog standard factory ones, just aren't up to the job to hold it up while the bike rack's on there. So if this has been of use, it's a bit of a long-winded version. I've just changed some gas struts, but I was very wary after the accident of slamming my hand in it. This is the extra safe version with these support stands. So, all good. Job done. Leave a comment down below if you've done this yourself and had an accident doing it, like I have. It is a pretty easy job if you're not stupid about it and support the tailgate properly when you do it. Everything's fine. Just at the bottom, just lever it gently so I don't break the plastic cover there. It's coming off slowly. And then ow. So we've popped the bottom little metal bit out. I'm going to do the same with this, but key importance. If you've got someone to help you, get them to help you to hold this up. As soon as you take them off, this is going to drop down and it's heavy. So we're going to pop that one off and then prop it somehow with a broom or something before we put the other one on. We kind of need to prop it up because it's hard to compress these up by hand. So we need it fully extended really to be able to get the new one on. So let's pop off that top spring, make sure these are both still on nicely. So you don't want it falling down on us. Okay, that's off. Now we need to work out how we are going to prop this up. So I've got a broom here, which I'm planning on putting up under there, which is not long enough. This is a bit of trial and error, this, to see how we can get that. So I've got a box here. So I'm hoping that is going to work. Just get it in the middle. That should sit in there. Not 100% convinced on that. Much easier if you've got someone to help you with this. Okay, let's try that. So we need to prise this off, but I'm going to hold this just in case. Like that. I wonder. No, I don't like that on the glass, so I'm going to get something longer so I can stand it right under here and hold that up under there. Back in a minute. So we've popped the two metal clips off and we've propped this up, which will stop it dropping down, which is what happened to me earlier. So, because stupidly I forgot to do that, and it hurt to trap my hand. So this, I found this, which is perfect height, it's full extension on this box, that shouldn't go anywhere. We'll pop this bottom one off tentatively whilst holding this just in case. Right, knack to this. Don't do what I just did. You need to put it in this end and push it up there. You don't need to clip the thing completely off, and then they slide back on. So there we go. Another thing then. So this is still nicely supported. That one just falls off easy, don't need a screwdriver for the top bit. These are also a little bit different. Yeah, they do look slightly different. Same length though. Make sure you get the right one. There is a left to right to these. Right, so we'll clip the top one off first. Pushes on and push that metal bit down. Bottom one. So This is where bottom one is on. Top one. So it seems you have to take them both off to get these new ones on because they're ever so slightly longer. So if you don't take that side off, which is at full extension, the tailgate isn't quite high enough to pop the top one on. So we need to get both sides off to be able to do that. Which again is a little scary because we don't want the tailgate falling down. And that seems to be supporting it, and one gas strut does not support this tailgate, which is something I found out the hard way earlier on. So a little scary when there's no one to hold this for you, but it's the only way to do it. So again, we're going to hold on to this. Hold on to it just in case. That does not want to hold it at all. So kind of definitely a job for two people, I think. Check this video out next.